Evening, ladies and gentlemen, juice makers, global villagers, and humans. Welcome. As you can see, it's nearly evening here in good old South Australia. But I thought I'd do a quick podcast because I did a physical task today that sort of showed me or highlighted a bit of a metaphor I think that we could all do with. So this is actually an action podcast. So settle down. So what I had today was, I'm trying to turn it around actually, but I'm not sure how I can. Anyway, I'll do it this way. So as you can see, this is my lawn that I've been seeding three times now. And while it has sort of grown reasonably well, there's a lot of this stuff that has weaseled its way in. As you can see, I've been trying to dig it up with the good old pitchfork over there because I want proper lawn. This stuff is gnarly. It's called buffalo, and it's a form of grass, I guess. There you see it spreads really far. It's invasive, basically. And the metaphor. Oh look, how good is this? This is the golden hour. We call it the golden hour here. It's just beautiful. Anyway, so my point is that every now and again we need to look at our lawn, our life, and actually do some significant weeding. Because this shit took me a while. I was at least at it for an hour and a half with, softening it up, dragging it out, getting all the dirt off, and making room to reseed. And I think we should do that in life as well. Pardon me. We should make sure that we get rid of stuff that really isn't helpful to us. While it might cover some dirt, as this grass, buffalo grass does, it's invasive and covers up the good stuff, the nice stuff that we work hard for and pay attention to. But we equally need to be probably even more vigilant towards things that sneak up on us. And because it grows relatively slowly, this invasive grass, it sort of catches you by surprise, and by the time you do it, it's a hell of a job to get it done. So interim, decisive, regular maintenance, that's what we need in our lives to sort of make sure that we give ourselves the best lawn we could possibly have. Another thing that I've been thinking about a lot is this whole women versus men. It seems to be more that way inclined now, and this notion that men need to be soft, cuddly, compliant, and sensitive is something that a lot of women seem to see as a good quality in a man, whereas in fact that's not really what they want. Statistically, women prefer a man who's powerful, not in the sense of dominating, but someone who's in control, who knows who he is, who's decisive, industrious, and is driven to some extent to achieve. There seems to be a lot of efforts to sort of knock that out of young men in particular. And I think that's weird, in particular since the opposite side does not seem to assert itself, women that is, and that's just a generalization and my observation, do not present themselves in a measured, collegiate and inclusive way. It's really more, you're a man, so you're probably going to look at me like I'm a piece of meat. And sometimes I go like, well, based on what you wear, it's, if all you do is offer pussy, then men are just going to go for that. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So it's a worry to me, because we need strong men. We need strong women too. I'm not saying we don't need strong women, but what we don't need is this wishy-washy business of I'm as a woman, I'm entitled to get the best man I can, who's successful, who will look after me, care for me, give me everything I want. And you go, what do you bring to the equation? Which is just as bad as a sexist man who goes like, woman, shut the fuck up. I'm in control. I'll make the decision. You're weak. You have nothing to offer. Both of these extremes are just bullshit and should be tossed out. There ought to be a realization, you think, by now that we actually complement each other in regard to gender, I should say by sex in particular, and that we have certain qualities that are super useful to make a relationship the best it can be. But there seems to be this eternal quest now that one needs to get on top of the other for some kind of historical assumption that men were oppressive and all that sort of stuff. But it's everywhere really. The whole thing is just the whole thing. I mean, a lot of circumstances that we find ourselves in are, aimed at making us question and actually take action. But the Colosseum is strong. People are, on purpose, that's my view, being kept entertained, distracted, and without any real desire, because their lives are so stressful, to actually think about it. I mean, if you think about it, if due to war, the war machine makes massive profits, due to any pandemic, health issue, pharma makes huge progress, you got to ask yourselves, why would that change anything? It maintains their ever-increasing wealth and is bannered under Operation Freedom or whatever, or Operation Health, and you and I are just pawns. I'm not sure I found a suitable position for myself to, well, in a way I have, but still a bit of a hedged bet, a bit soft. But I can sort of understand people who go like, I'm the fuck out of here and I'm gonna live off grid and I'm just gonna go back to some kind of basics because this is not working. Maybe that's the way people should sort of get together. I remember when we first came here, me and my homies, show my age now, we were thinking to establish a commune, which you could argue probably had some socialist or even communist sort of, well, not communist, but certainly socialist tendencies in regard to working together for the collective good of the whole entity, and avoid the pitfalls of capitalism. It didn't work out for us, more so due to immigration issues than anything else. But anyway, to go full circle, be wary of invasive grass in your nice lawn. Be proactive, pull it, reseed, water. That's what we should all do with our lives. Trim back on the bare essentials, which were the main essentials only a generation, 2 generations ago, rather than be hoodwinked by what the media in particular tells us is entertaining. Because we don't need entertaining like that. We need enlightenment more so. More positive changes as to how we can make the world a better place. But it's just over here, look, fireworks. Ooh. and people forget about anything. Anyhow, that's my brief sharing of a Monday evening musings. Now I'm gonna go and cook a curry because I'm multi-skilled like that. And yeah, thanks for listening to me. Thanks for the increased downloads that I get. Certainly appreciate it. So give us a like, a thumbs up, and be kind to yourselves and to your mother in particular. All right, see you soon. Bye, guys.